to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smitt?
What's up, Webb? I'm Smitt. That's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers, and this is the Wager Maker Podcast. Thank you all for joining us. Knee-deep NCAA tournament down to 4 teams. We're narrowing it down. Webb, what's going on with your what's going on with that mask you got there?
I'm a cowboy. You can't tell. I'm an Oklahoma State cowboy. You can't tell that? That wasn't overt and completely totally obvious. Sorry.
No, I didn't know what kind of penis you had sticking out of your face there, or wings or something.
I have wings. I'm flying. But
so what's the
had
story?
It upside down. At least I got it right side up.
Share people the story with the share people the story about the mask you're wearing.
It's flying. It's my glasses are getting fogged. Excuse me. Our boy Scott Wheatley. I don't. Is he going to? What is he going to school? What's the deal with that? I don't understand.
I think he's back in school. I think he's back in school at Oklahoma State.
We certainly encourage and are glad about that. I just wasn't sure of what was happening. He sent us some there. He was all about Cade Cunningham, and kudos to him, even though they should not have been in the tournament technically. And I'm sure I'll get some shit going on about that. But he was kind enough to send us some some COVID
swag.
bags.
Hey, we are not putting, dude. If you got something to send us, T-shirts, hats, whatever you got, send it.
T-Bone's Pickens can send. He's dry. When rest his soul, I guess we should say. Dude was dropping $100 million bills out of his pocket before he died. So if someone's listening from Oklahoma State, we are absolutely for sale. Excuse me, Scott. I'm sorry. I got to take it off. I'm dying here. But thank you, Scott, very much. And send some more swag. I'll gladly wear it if I could breathe and my glasses wouldn't fog up. I'd keep it on, man.
Right. Thank you, Scott. Again, I put mine on upside down. I thought there were some kind of wings, but it turns out that's the cowboy mustache that's on the mask there.
Technically, yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to fake. It does kind of tell you what's.
I didn't know what the hell. I didn't know what the
there's
hell.
There's a nose, and then there's a.
I knew it was I know it was Oklahoma State colors, so I knew it was from Scott Wheatley. So I narrowed that down pretty easily. I didn't know that it was the cowboy mustache and nose, but now I know.
Right.
So, Webb, this is the Wager Maker Podcast number 87.
It seemed like they were flying by. That's what I'd say. Now, like, it seems like the 80s. It just like is this only 87? It was like it was like 87, like 10 shows ago. But another easy one came to me. Adam Gronkowski. I can't really argue. There's not too many Cowboys I would lean on, and there's not too many other 87s. But Gronkowski, the first thing that came to mind for 87.
Obviously, one of the best 87s ever wear. I'm going to New Orleans Saint, since you like to go to Cowboys all the time. One of the best Saint wide receivers to play the game, Joe Hollywood Horn.
Short list.
I wanted to break out find an old flip phone and do that and pay homage to Joe Horn here tonight, but I couldn't find that old flip phone this week. So I forgot a flip phone, and I forgot my Scott Wheatley match.
Yeah, well, nice. Thanks for being prepared for the show.
All right. Well, I got a lot of other stuff, but 86. Just so you know, we were so excited about the NCAA tournament last week. And look, we're going to be getting that. We'll be getting to the MN3 Technologies Wager Maker Podcast.
Yeah, I think Barjot's getting paid in a minute, right?
That. MLB baseball. I got some advice for Deshaun Watson here. I'm going to give tonight, and but we in our hype of the basketball tournament last week, I forgot to talk about number 86. So let's hit that right now. I'm saying Hines Ward. The man was great at Georgia. He played quarterback, played wide receiver, did everything.
Did anyone on this podcast know that Hines Ward went to Georgia except for you and probably me? He's not the best 86 is Butch Johnson from the Dallas Cowboys, catching touchdowns from Captain America, Roger Staubach, and then get up doing the thing. Incredible catch against the Broncos in the Super Bowl. As good, if not better, than Hines Ward. Hines who? What?
I'll go further. I'll say, does anyone on this podcast besides you care about Butch Johnson? No.
That's not. We never said the word care. No, I don't care about anybody. So let's get that straight. I damn sure don't care about no fucking Hines Ward. Especially did that bullshit movie he was in with the Batman movie.
Heinz Ward was in the Batman movie?
Yeah, the one where the dude blows up the football field. He runs back a kick, and he doesn't realize the football field blew up behind him.
I missed it. I missed it. Yeah. Listen. Watch more Cowboys films.
Oh, I can keep it going. I can go all day.
All right. So quick update. The MN3 wager makers bracket pool, $600. We're about to be giving out a couple people still in it. Got a couple people. The Michigan loss last night really hurt everybody. A handful of people. But Chris Gargiule right there, first place, looking good. He's got Gonzaga. I don't think anybody can pass him. If Gonzaga wins, nobody can pass him. I believe if Baylor wins, there's a couple people with Baylor that are up there, Arita Bohannon and Deuce Bohannon. Also, Jeffrey Plazinski also has Baylor and Susan Terry, but I think they're all too far away right now to overturn Gargiule here, because Gargiule's got Gonzaga beating Baylor in the final. And the only guy that can overtake Gargiule here, I think, is Jim Smiley, who's got Houston, and he's right behind Gargiule, 5 points behind. So if Houston is able to run the table and win these next two games, it'll be Jim Smiley's $600. But as of right now, this is not official. I'm not sure who can jump who, but I'm pretty sure it's Gargiule's for the taking, and Smiley would get it if it's Houston. And I think even if Baylor won, some of those other people are too far behind to overtake Gargiule at this point.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. No one's asking you to do the math here, but there's a couple people in it. You know what I mean? And Smiley to be in it at this point. They shouldn't be playing. Rutgers fucked them. Fucked us. Fucked me. Definitely fuck Gargiule at this point. But yeah, it's great, man. Thank you everybody for participating. $600 is coming. I mean, no later than, I guess, when? Probably Tuesday morning, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Game should be Monday night, I think. Right?
Make sure we get whoever's Venmo account. If they're local, we'll get them some cash, whatever we need to do. Yep. Whatever we need to do. So last week, Webb, we did pretty well, I thought, in that first round of games, Saturday and Sunday. I think we went 3-1 on Saturday, and it might have been like 2-2 on Sunday. What are your thoughts about the weekend, the Final Four? Do you see anybody beating Gonzaga? Can Baylor do it? Can Houston do it? I don't see UC. Can UCLA? They've certainly been scrappy. Who you like?
Well, you should. Can anybody be Gonzaga? The answer is yes. I mean, their track record shows. I mean, and they never been tested. Do I think they're going to lose? Probably not. I'm trying to pull up the lines right now, but I think we're looking at chalk here. I think Houston, they're in game. I think they're happy to be here, type thing. Baylor's good, man. They come at you in waves. They can clamp you down on defense. I do. I'm a fan of Kelvin Sampson, so that's a tough game for me there. UCLA, I'm not a Gonzaga guy. 14 points is way too much. They're not going to cover. I'll tell you that. They're not going to cover.
They cover every time I say Gonzaga's not going to cover, they cover.
They're not going to cover.
All righty.
So 14 points is way too. That's insulting at this point of the season to have somebody favored by 14. They're good. The dude Jalen Suggs from Minnesota. He's been a stud. I've been reading about him. The kid's been dunking since he's been sixth grade or something crazy. But it's been a great tournament. It's UCLA's the story of the. I mean, they got lucky. They missed. That was bad coaching by UCLA. The dude had two clean looks at the end, especially at that first one.
Yeah.
You can't let the dude go length of the court and get a clean look. You got to make it go side to side. So I don't know. Happy to be first four to the Final Four is incredible. I'm looking at.
I gotta think that's never happened. I haven't seen officially, but I got to think nobody with a play-in game has ever reached the Final Four at this point.
Well, I'm sure, but I mean, how long has a play-in game been in existence? That's the first question. Not too long, and certainly it's not been like four fucking teams. So,
right.
Off the top of my head, we could hone this down. Well, I guess we need to make a pick. I'm taking Baylor minus the 5 and get UCLA plus the 14.
Okay, totally cool with that.
I do think I do think Gonzaga will. And the question is, when UCLA's up 19, or excuse me, when Gonzaga's up 19, what's going to happen? And I think UCLA has shown enough. And I mean, at this point, I don't know what's motivating Gonzaga to even, maybe it gets to 10, maybe they'll do something. But 16, 17, 18-point game there with a couple minutes left, a couple layups here, you're going to cover that 14.
Right. And you're a couple minutes from the championship. you lose focus a little bit, get a couple guys in there. Next thing you know, you win by 13 when you've been up 19 the whole game.
Right, but, right. But you never sweat, not right. Sweating it really right. Ever.
And but I like Baylor as well. I think they just have they're just I just think they're the team that's got a chance to win this whole thing. Nothing against Houston, good team, good coach. Houston's
ridiculous.
got athletes like crazy. They got shooters. They've been playing really well. I was really surprised that they let in their last game let the team get back into it. I had what was that? Was that Syracuse?
That was those were yes, they were crushing them and they came back.
No, I'm talking about the Oregon State crushing, and then they came back to where they didn't cover at the end.
I had that money counted. Yeah, that's
right.
That did
right.
Suck.
Houston was way up, and then they let them creep back.
Well, I mean, if you look at how every team celebrated, they're cutting down nets. So obviously, this is 4 successful teams, 4 ridiculous. I mean, if you look at UCLA, Houston, these are beyond their wildest dreams. I mean, I think Gonzaga would assume they would. This team, if they don't win it this year, they never just forget it. And Baylor, I think, had these kind of, they're not. This is not. They're still unfinished business for them. So I do think they're going to meet up. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what the number is come Sunday morning. But I mean, I'm on the dog and a favorite in one, which usually kind of works out well.
I like it. Baylor and UCLA for us when you put the points in. I was kind of surprised, Webb. Gonzaga. I'm a firm believer now. I've seen it so many times. I couldn't wait to get out here and say anybody. I'm no scout, but anybody who takes Cade Cunningham over Mobley is a damn idiot. And then I was really surprised that the dude Timmy, the geeky looking dude with the headband and the first name for a last name Gonzaga dude with the Fu Manchu shit mustache and all that shit. I was surprised that he played so well against the big men of USC. I really was. I was kind of thinking that Mobley and those guys would shut that shit down, but Timmy played a good game the other night.
That's how that's how they do it. You remember Morrison back in the day, similar kind of look, mullet, fucked up looking porn stash. Some dude West Coast, and that I mean, it's a vastly different game. When this, you won't hear from this dude come. I mean, if he's, I'm sure you've seen it, but you won't hear. This is it. This is his heyday. I can't agree with you more about Cade Cunningham. We've been talking about this for a while, certainly on some text with Scott. But he is a prototypical NBA player. It's style over substance. He hasn't really ever done anything. He won a couple games in a tournament. Cool. He did show up a little bit late, but in the first half of the season, he was nowhere. It's all potential over, results, and he's lazy half the time. So give him, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 35 million a year.
35 mil.
And, let him take every other night off in the NBA, and he's perfect. Mobley is different. I mean, that's another dude that's right there. But I'm going to tell you, the other kid, Suggs, he just does everything. That's one of the guys I'm rooting for. Just he seems to be the anti. Maybe it's because he's from Minnesota or whatever. He was a high school All-American quarterback, championships, the whole deal. So I mean, I wouldn't. He's going pro. He's going. So and it's funny how Gonzaga has come from this little. Whatever, they were the Davy to the Goliath or whatever it was, and now they're literally the juggernaut. There's dudes transferring from North Carolina to go to Gonzaga. That's
right,
sacrilege.
They still haven't gotten that. They still haven't gotten that championship trophy though.
Never.
We'll see. They're two games away from it now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Webb, big news. I mean, in NFL, we talked about this. We haven't really talked about it because we've been so deep into the NCAA tournament. The Deshaun Watson situation seems to grow every week. In the beginning, I thought it was a little shady just at the timing. With I think maybe I watched too much Ray Donovan, so he really wants out. He's got some issues with the Houston management. All of a sudden, these people start coming out of the woodwork and saying, sexual harassment or sexual whatever they call it.
Was the Texans orchestrating this?
Well, I had two thoughts. I thought one could be the Texans doing it and making so nobody else wanted to touch him and trade.
Which is the case.
Well, then I was also thinking, what if Deshaun Watson's agent puts it out there, and then the Texans want to get, and then to make the Texans want to say, you know what, get the hell out of here. Just you're right. You want to trade? Go ahead, get the heck out of there. So I had both sides I could see doing it, and for reasons.
Well, I mean, I'm going to shoot down a second. There's just no benefit to them, to the agent doing it. There's no more money to be gained. There's not a new contract coming out there. I mean, endorsements, certainly. Well, not now. There's no endorsements. So I don't know. I mean, maybe the Houston thing, that's interesting, but now you have a seriously tainted face of your franchise. I mean, imagine if some shit came out, similar shit came out with Dak Prescott after you signed him to all this ridiculous money. What would the Cowboys? I mean, that's a tainted product. I mean, there's two. I mean, in my mind, this is one of two things. He's either a fucking he's a he's a sociopath, the sexual whatever. I don't know sort of predator, but he's a deviant or whatever. Or this is the biggest smear job in the history of professional sport. I mean, this is unbelievable. What's it, 19? And the thing is with a class action suit though, but all these plaintiffs or whatever we're going to call them will get paid. So that, I mean, I understand how it's kind of snowballed, but that 19's a number.
Right. It's a lot. It's and look, we're starting out just like every one of these conversations and say every one of these needs to get investigated. Every woman needs to get believed, and the things need to get investigated from both sides, and two sides to every story, and everything needs taken very seriously and all that kind of stuff. But Webb, I'm gonna solve this for the NFL and the NBA moving forward.
Okay.
Moving forward. Here's the deal. No more alone silent massages at your house. That's simple. I got a few reasons. Webb.
Still America. You can't do that.
Well, here's the deal, right? Number one, think about the massages that go on.
It wasn't at his house, I didn't think, though, was it?
I don't know. Well, all 19 of them were someplace else?
Well, again,
I think it was at his house. I think one of them I read was. I'm assuming that. I'm assuming they were at his house, but I'm gonna. Okay, when you got, and first of all, like number one, let's say I'm assuming that the women that are going to massage Deshaun Watson at his house are picked. They're probably like also, in addition to masseuse, they're like yoga instructors and athletes in their own right. I'm sure Deshaun Watson picks them out in some kind of way. In fact, one article I read that he asked for the girl's like Instagram handle or whatever before.
There's no doubt.
Right. So what I'm saying is, when you have a situation like this, you got a professional. You've got a professional athlete, obviously in shape, I'm assuming attractive, muscular, whatever dude. In comes
rich,
the rich, everything, attractive people.
The most important
in comes
the
Instagram
rich.
model / masseuse / yoga instructor in the sports bra. I'm picturing
fitness,
in the sports, right, in the sports bra and the tight pants to give the massage. In a situation like that, a whole lot of things have to go absolutely right for there at least not to be some sexual tension going on in the building. As professional as they both may be, the girl is rubbing on some professional athlete all down. The man is getting rubbed down. It's two attractive people. It's very. I'm gonna tell you my own personal story, Webb. I purposely.
This is PG. This is a PG show. Don't forget.
I purposely do not get massages. I'm always afraid, like the George, like what if something moves while the massage is going on? And I was like, well, I've been on vacation with my wife, and she's like, oh man, we want to get massage. I'm like, nah, just in case. What if a tent starts getting pitched in the middle of massage?
That's okay. That's all right.
All right. Well, I'm just saying these are why I've been apprehensive in the years to get massage. Also, I'm very hairy. I'm a very hairy person. It's not the same, probably me, as giving Deshaun Watson it's probably not the same temptation for a masseuse.
When I'm
with
sure
my hairy
Deshaun
ass back,
Watson is
like putting oil on my hairy ass back on a bear.
Right.
It's probably not really the same.
Right.
Probably not really the same thing.
Hair and oil.
But also, I can tell you this: in my 5 years of dating my wife and my 21 years of being married, or 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there. Yeah, long times. We're old, bro. So
I ain't been married that fucking long.
I can probably count on one hand.
Both my marriages up.
I can probably count on one hand the amount of times that a back rub or massage did not lead to something else. In 26 years.
That's an unfair. That's
okay.
Unfair.
Well, I'm just saying it's almost like a Pavlov's dog effect. Now it's almost like our foreplay now is just rubbing back. Want me to rub your back? There you go.
Every massage is a prelude to a sexual encounter. So every professional masseuse is.
No, I ain't dissing on professional masseuses. I know there's professional things. I'm just saying, in situations like this, a lot has to go right for there not to be some at least sexual energy there in the room. And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe I'm wrong.
I've had I don't say several. I've had maybe several, less than two hands, but I've had, it's never in those situations I'm referring to, there was never any type of thing that would be weird. I mean, there's, it's a different, it wasn't going there for that specific purpose type thing. So any of those, if you're at a resort, for instance, that's a different scenario than another scenario. So I respectfully disagree with you.
All right. No, kid, this is a little bit tongue in cheek, but no, listen, if you're getting a phone call or whatever, you're getting hit up on Instagram from fucking Deshaun Watson. Okay. Come on. I mean, I'm not saying you're at Atlantis or whatever it is with your wife, and you go into the spa to get that's definitely different. So if you're on Instagram and flexing and rubbing oil on yourself, and then you get, is this really Deshaun Watson? Is he whatever it is verified? Right.
I get you. I hear you. But listen, that's on Deshaun Watson.
I'm just saying they're putting themselves in. They're putting him. Deshaun Watson's putting himself in a bad situation.
There's no doubt.
Because there's only two people that know what really happened in there.
There's no doubt. Right. Deshaun Watson could certainly go to the high-end fucking spa in Houston.
Right.
And have none of this. Or just tell the team, listen, I need a masseuse. I mean, are you kidding me? They just gave him $154 million.
Or I need a hooker. One of the two.
How about that? Right. Let's just call it what it is, and that's fine.
Right.
As long as it's nothing, it's a transaction, whatever. Everyone's willing.
Right. So, and nobody's I'm making a little fun here. Everybody's agrees. Take it serious business. We're take it seriously. The girls have every bit, like nobody's saying that they're not, reputable or any of those things. We're having a little
do it too. I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire typically.
And the other when there's 19, 20 smokes.
Well, then, but not there. How come nothing? How come there's no criminal? Where's the fucking DA? How come he's not in handcuff? Where's the TMZ mugshot?
Right.
So that I get right. 19 smokes but no.
And all at once. These girls can't. It's all at once. It just when I first heard it, it just screamed like a like the politician that something comes out about him a week before the election, and you're like, well, what? That's and there's almost not enough time to.
And I can see the first two girls like, oh my god, what the fuck? I thought I was gonna get a quick $100,000. Now it's now it's gonna be fucking 5 years, and I'm gonna get a part of a class action suit.
Right. Well, there's probably some lawyer out there is probably has the list of every woman he's ever talked to at this point and talking to them and getting them. But obviously, when there's this many, I mean, you got to think something's up with it.
Well, I mean, there's no
and they all have like pretty intimate details that they're mentioning about some of the stuff that
there's no doubt
like to do or
a number of them where I guess there's only two sides to the story or three. His, hers, and the truth. And there's no doubt he got massages. So, I mean, there's details, right? It doesn't, I mean, they could say he's got a dimple on his ass that looks like whatever. And that's true. That doesn't mean anything happened. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. So, anyway, I just wanted to put, I was going to solve that for everybody. No more massages from the Instagram models personally at your house.
And it's just one of these things too. Like, how does the guy ever get a DWI? Like a dude that, like one of these guys, like the team tells you, dude, listen, we'll come get you.
Right.
Leave the car. I don't care what they could take the car, could go away. No one cares about the car. It's $100,000 car. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know, these guys. I mean, again, he'd be just fine if he just told. Listen, guys, I got an edge that needs to be scratched. No problem.
Right.
No fucking problem.
Speaking of car crashes, the authorities in Tiger Woods town come out and say they know exactly what happened in the crash, and they're not going to tell anybody. Basically, the investigation has concluded.
So what? So what does that lead? I mean, what does that mean? So clearly, when someone says that, you know, there's going to be like, why say anything? Just let it go. It was all in my mind. It was gone. But now, we know, but we're not going to tell anybody. Oh, okay. That again. Where do we live? Why is it like that? That's I
don't know. Do you think your investigation would be let out there for would be? Listen, we're not going to tell you what happened with Webb's fucking
right. Not only that, you think anyone would fucking care? Like there would be there'd be like crickets. We know what happened with Weber's thing. The silence would be deafening. Like, who gives a fuck? Now, are you kidding me? I don't know. It gets worse. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
All right. Now, Webb, when you think we couldn't hate the Nets even more, they go out, they pick up Aldridge. I think signed with the Nets this week. Any thoughts on the Aldridge signing?
I hate the Nets. I fucking hate Kevin Durant's a bitch. Kyrie is. I mean, no, I'm not. He may have some mental issues.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Nash I like, but I mean, and now even like what's his name, the dude from the Nets who went to Oklahoma, Blake Griffin. He's like, now everyone hates me because I went there. Of course, your number one pick in the draft. I mean, you make $1 bazillion. You've been on every commercial for 15 years. Oh, we're supposed to feel bad, you know. Asshole. So yes.
Listen, people should be nicer to Blake Griffin.
Right. Wow. Right. And then same thing with Aldridge. Like these guys. It's unbelievable. And then is there an easier team to root against?
I wish they would just sign me. I'll finally get my ring, Webb.
The best. Get my ring. Best thing was on whatever we're on Twitter or whatever. It's like, oh, the Nets just signed Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Larry Bird. Yeah. Why not? Magic Johnson. Why not?
He wants to get one more ring. They want to get one more ring.
You take another All-Star, right? Get a Hall of Famer.
All right. And then so the Pelicans get rid of JJ Redick, and he sends him to Dallas.
He's fucking dude.
And he's crying that they were mean to it. They were mean to him and lied to. Listen, JJ, you don't matter. I mean, like he's mad. I think he's mad that the Nets didn't get him. He wanted to go to the Nets. You know.
I'm gonna again keep this as PG as I possibly can. JJ Redick. Well, how tall is he? 6'3", 6'2". He can shoot. Don't get me wrong. He can't defend me or you. Been in the league, I don't know, 15, I'm going to guess. More than 12 in the NBA. This guy, David Aldridge, the New Orleans Pelicans, whatever you want to, give the dude 2 years, $27 million. The things that a human being could do to me for $27 million over 2 fucking years, I'm not going to even, my kids listen to this show, I'm not going to get into it. Are you fucking kidding me? He's hurt. His feelings are hurt because they told him they were going to try to trade him to the Mavericks. You fucking whiny bitch.
Yeah. Griffin told me I'll be going closer to home if he ever trades me. Shut up, man. JJ Redick.
Are you fucking kidding?
The role player. You don't decide. You're not. Nobody's putting together a super team with JJ Redick. Right, you don't get to decide like Durant does.
Get another tattoo. We try to fit in more, douchebag.
From Duke. You're Duke.
Right. All right. Asshole Central. Whiny bitch Central.
Big money news here in New Orleans, Webb. I know you'll like this. The Louisiana Superdome is getting a money deal with like Harrah's and Caesars. So it will no longer be the Mercedes-Benz Dome. It's going to be, I don't know exactly what it's going to be branded, but the Caesars Dome.
Why? Finally something that makes
I'm saying
sense.
I think I've seen a story about how they're going to put a sports book in Wrigley Field.
Why not? Yes.
Put a sports book in the Superdome. Put more of my most fun things under one roof, the better.
Right. Why? Right. Let's just put all the fun together. Like, it's just so like, hello. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just it makes too much sense. Like, of course, we're doing it anyway. Again, it's been for people smoking weed, like, it's so easy. You want to make money? Here you go. You want to fix a bridge? You want to educate some kids? You want to pay a teacher? Here you go.
Put all the fun stuff under one roof.
Right.
And I'll be there.
All in one shop. That's right. One-stop shopping, baby. Gamble, eat, drink, and fucking watch some football.
Maybe get some massages over there, too.
That's right. Right around there. Right. Exactly. There you go.
All right. And then just one, I know I talked, we're going to get into baseball. I know you got some teams picked out maybe for some over-unders moving forward and stuff like that. One last thing that's been driving me over here. I know you say I talk about the homers too much. So the Drew Brees love affair is starting to get sickening here in New Orleans, Webb. First, he comes out with a video saying how much he loves New Orleans. Then every channel's got its own farewell to New Orleans, Drew Brees, farewell Drew Brees. Every channel, everywhere you look, every article, everything. I've had enough. I'm ready to move on. I don't care if it's Jameis or Taysom Hill.
Right.
Let's do it. Drew Brees, I love you. I've let that be known. I've let that be known plenty.
Listen, dude, motherfuckers weren't loving him 6 months ago or whatever it was, 8 months ago when he came out that his grandfather wouldn't. Just shut up, take your money, take your accolades, and go to fuck home.
Yep.
That's it. Fuck Drew Brees. I don't sick of it.
Do a little fundraising.
Right. Go. You want to do something? You know what? You know people who do good. They don't put shit on Instagram or whatever. They just go do the business. They're not looking for pats on the back. They're not looking for likes. Right. They're not looking for shares. Just go help somebody in New Orleans. I'm sure there's somebody in New Orleans who could use some help. Go help them out and shut the fuck up.
And this isn't really on him. This has been back and forth. Thank you, Drew. All this shit. I guess I got too.
But the video. I need a video from Drew Brees.
Right. Video from Drew. Video from them. Video from this guy. Video, like Kamara's. Michael Thomas. Shut up. Shut up. Enough. It's
until next year. I don't want to pay Kamara, and he's like, "This is the way they treated me. They used me."
Right. Now he don't want to play 17 games.
Right.
That's dumb. That's some dumb ass shit.
2 years ago, he would have committed a murder to play in the NFL. Now he didn't want to play.
One game too many. That's
right.
Listen, the 16 games, that's like a science. 17, that's some dumb shit.
No way.
Right.
No way. That $42 million you're paying me. That's 16 only.
Right. All right, Webb. Major League Baseball. What do you got? What do you want to share? Major League Baseball starts tomorrow. I gotta admit, I have not been doing too much homework with all the NCAA tournament and everything else we got going on. I'm assuming with the moves the Dodgers made, they're probably a favorite. The Padres, the Yankees. Anybody out there you see or any over-unders you want to
There's nobody. There's no usual suspects. I mean, it's the Mets are in it again this year, which is kind of different a little bit. I didn't, like you said, it's kind of stuck on me a little bit too. I can go over the games tomorrow. I got 10 winners in 10 games. But I mean, generally speaking, like take the over in the Tigers, take the over in the Orioles, go under Yankees, under Mets, under Padres, under Dodgers. They're very high. We had a discussion, you and Scott Wheatley. It seems like the favorites, the big guys, are real high,
right?
And some of the lower teams. Stay away from a team like the Pirates. They may really suck. But even like the Cardinals are going to get beat up by the Reds. What is motivating the team like the Dodgers? I mean, they're not going to even feel like playing until August, but that's a dog. Maybe they'll play a little bit and they're going to someone's going to get hurt. I mean,
we'll get out to a good start and then they'll just go 500 for a while.
Right. And then the Padres may be, I mean, that may be a team that's motivated. There's some young dudes and they may be looking to knock the big guy off the block there, but it's the same division. They're just a lot of these guys, like the Mets and the Braves, are going to eat each other up.
Well, they'll show up when they play the Dodgers, but they don't have to show up every time they play somebody else.
Correct.
Or they'll win 2 out of 3. They'll win 2 out of 3 most of the time.
Right. And then there's going to be one of those surprises. I mean, even like Bumgarner's starting tomorrow, I think, for the Diamondbacks. And even like Scherzer's pitching against DeGrom tomorrow. Like, who's going to win that? It's crazy. I mean, but the Nats got 4 or 5 guys with COVID. So, I mean, but that's either going to beat each other. The Braves are going to be real good. The Phillies are decent. With the Yankees, you got the Blue Jays are coming up. And then, Tampa Bay is always good. And the same thing with, one of the other divisions. Cincinnati is going to be good this year. They got a couple good pitchers. and the Cardinals as well. And then that other division, the White Sox, the Indians, and there's a team I'm missing in there that's good too. So they're just gonna it's gonna be a lot of cannibalism, I guess is my point. So I would go over on the higher end teams and under on some of the teams like the Tigers, Orioles that are 50, 60 games, something like that, where you can steal some decent odds. And a lot of those unders you're going to get plus money too.
Yep. All right, so you got any big bold predictions, or we're just going to wait and see what happens and pick some winners? You got some winners for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, let's go over tomorrow. Real quick.
This will be coming out Wednesday night, so we're talking about the Thursday games, opening day games. If you can listen to this podcast soon enough,
I think it starts at 1:10. I mean, that's not too many games, but it does go, all day, all night. I think it starts at 1:10. Let me just, I'm waiting for it to load. We can go right through them. I think the Yankees kick it off, I believe. MLB.
Yep, Blue Jays, Yankees, first game.
I got blue. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I don't know. Rue is good, but the Blue Jays, they're comers. I mean, they have they're a fun team. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But not beating the Yankees. It's at 180. You're less than 2-1 here. Cole's going to pitch. Yankees are going to win. That's a pretty good one. That's easy. What do you got next for me? They're not in order.
Okay,
here.
Indians Tigers is game 2. That's like 5 minutes later than the other game.
Right. This is a weird one a little bit. Boyd is not going to win. Bieber's pitching, but the Indians are kind of in a half sellout mode. The over under 7.5, which is low, obviously for a American League. Now, let me ask you this. I should probably know this. It's not universal DH this year, right? Or is it?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I've not done my homework. I know it's 162 games, a full regular season.
Right.
I know that.
And Stan, and
I think we're back to the regular DH rules.
I would assume. I'm going under here, under 7.5 in this game.
How about this? When they go to extra innings, are they starting with a man on second base? I would say we're back to no on that.
That's another great question.
We'll have to ask O'Dude. We need O'Dude on here for these.
Right.
Honestly, I meant to ask him a couple questions.
He'd have every question. Yeah. I know. So that's my winner there.
Who did you take?
Under.
All right. Orioles, Red Sox.
Orioles. Let me see what the line is here. I'm a little bit of a. This team is getting kicked around. The Red Sox have nobody. You're going to get plus 150 on the Orioles. Don't worry about the pitching here. Evaldi was not even supposed to start against Means. I'm not sure who that is. Take the plus 1.5 here.
All right. Twins, Brewers.
It's a tough one. This is, I think, exactly even. Like both of these teams, will be on both of these guys as we move forward. I'm going with the better pitcher at home. Woodruff minus 106. I have here Woodruff over the Twins. I'm pretty confident about that one too.
Twins and Brewers are two teams we generally like in the regular season.
Yeah, we'll be a lot of game. This, I mean, I'd punt on this one if it was an opening day, but Woodruff is good.
Pirates, Cubs.
It's another interesting one. I don't know. I don't really get I don't want to again speak out of two sides of my mouth, which I sometimes seem like I'm doing, but fuck the Cubs. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with the Cubs. You're going to get plus 190, so you're getting almost $1.90 for every dollar you spent. I'm taking the Cool and the Pirates in this one, and that's a decent shot.
Good opening National League East game, Braves and Phillies.
I'm going to plead a little ignorance. I'm not sure why Fried is. I think Soroka is probably on. This must mean Soroka's on the DL here. Fried is getting the start here, opening day against Nola. I will be on the Braves a bunch this year. I'm going to take the Phillies minus the 110 here, man.
All right. Diamondbacks, Padres.
It's as easy all day, Padres.
Dodgers, Rockies.
Easy, Dodgers all day.
All right. Both of those last two are about 2-1.
Later wood.
Cardinals, Reds.
Another good one. Castillo's real good. The Cardinals are a team that are going to be sneaky. Flattery's good. They get signed. The third baseman, Arendola, whatever his name is. I'm going to take the Cardinals here plus odds. It's another one I'm liking here.
All right, Rays and my Cinderella from last year that got to the playoffs. The Marlins.
Glass now all day long. This is another easy one.
All right, even though our boy the Rays let us down in the World Series last year with that bullshit pitching every other guy.
Yeah, this is different. Last now is a nasty bastard. Yep. That's 145. That's a good under 150s. Anytime you get a favorite like that, you're looking good.
Rangers Royals.
It's a weird one. Let me see if I can find a line here. I'm gonna let the line play me here, Smitt. I'm gonna lay to 160 with the Royals.
Devin Weber's Mets versus the Nationals.
This is gonna be the Mets. Because I believe Soto. This is a toss-up as all taught. I love both of these guys. These pitchers. We're gonna be betting on them. I don't know, 25 times each. Let me see if I find a line here. It may be off.
I thought Scherzer had a little bit of a down year last year for him. I know he's a gutty guy, but hopefully he's not losing.
Eventually,
he's old.
Father Time is undefeated. There is no line on this game. The Mets are going to win this game just by. It's going to be a battle of attrition here, and eventually they're going to have to pinch hit for Scherzer because they're missing several guys. But I don't know if we're going to get a line on it.
White Sox Angels.
White Sox all day. We're going to be a White Sox team this year.
They score runs, man. They got a lot of hitters.
Those guys on their team. I wasn't the biggest fan of the La Russa hiring. How you hire a 75-year-old guy coming off a DUI, but clearly when it comes to professional sports, all that matters is winning. Rules are off, right? And this to me. Bundy against Giolito's nasty. One of the dudes on the White Sox is hurt, but they're going to come at you. I love the shortstop. I love the Cuban dude. All over. This is a nice one. Minus 115 all over the White Sox.
All right. Astros and A's.
I'm going to plead a little, this is 10 o'clock at night. We're going to have to play this one. Astros lost, I think Springer, maybe another guy. I don't know what's going on. They're still good. I'm going to go with Greinke here in this one, basically even minus 105. I have 105 either way. So I'll go with the Astros. I think they're probably more talented. But this one and a couple of these others, whoever wins or loses tomorrow, we're going to go the other way the next game. So
right, that's the beauty of a baseball, and I find that a lot in this hockey that we've been doing. They're almost like hockey series. But when they have teams back to back and you lose one, man, you got to jump on the other one the next day. Or if you lose one and you're on the team, you almost stay with them one more time, kind of thing.
Right, so. And exactly. If any of these teams come out and win 2 in a row, you whack that other team come Sunday.
And then the final wrapped it up. Opening day, Giants and Mariners.
Gosman's pitching. We've not him. I'm not sure. He was on the Braves. The dude is good. I'm not sure Seattle had a decent season last year. I don't know if it's because they're so far away, but I'm not sure what's going on there. Actually, San Francisco's far enough away, but they seem to have more of a clue or seem to do some shit that makes sense to me. This is another one of these, there's 3 or 4 here that are going to, I'm taking Gosman minus the 110 tomorrow. But again, if they lose, we're back on Sunday. And then whatever you lose, if they go 0-2, just triple up and you'll be positive on these series come Sunday. All right. Together.
All right. So that's it. Major League Baseball is here. Got 4 teams left in the NCAA tournament. NBA is still grinding along. NHL grinding along. Check out our picks on Sports Watch Monitor. Facebook at the Wager Makers Podcast. You can get on the Wager Makers Talk on Facebook, Twitter at the Wager Makers, Instagram at the Wager Makers. Send us an email, thewagermakers@gmail.com. Thank you, John Grove, for the bumper music. C. Really and Little Saint the Goat for the bumper music. Nick Perone and MM3 Technologies for putting up some money for the thing. Wilbur Investigations. Debbie's going to tell you right now about how to listen to us on YouTube and what to do.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers Podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.
Thanks, Devin. You can catch us on all your podcasts. Thanks for listening. Tell some friends, spread it around, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get involved in our stuff. Thank you for listening, Webb. Take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Scott Wheatley, for the thoughtful mask. Thank you, Will Burr, MM3 Technologies, John Grove, Little Saint the Goat, everybody. It was, in my mind, it's a great success. The first annual MM3 and Wager Makers bracket pool down to the wire here. Still got a couple guys that can win. Tournament's been great. Officiating's been a little sketchy. And then Smitt, the last thing, dude, the hockey. If anyone is looking for something fun to gamble on, the hockey is great, man. It really is. Just, I mean, throw a couple dollars on it. It's exciting and it's fun. So
love it.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Wager Maker Podcast.
Brick by brick, baby.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here comes the Wager Maker
Here I go.
Express.
I hear y'all sick of losing money cause y'all don't know how to bet. Better hit that Wager Maker Podcast with Smitt and Webb. They gon' show y'all how to do this. Take these notes like y'all some students. Y'all can't seem to pick them right. Well, tonight y'all lucky night. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Your bookie getting sick cause we built this brick by brick. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Come and place your bets with that WM Express. Let's go.